Hey Rock Sliders, Robbie here. I'm with Kendall this morning of Camofire and Black Ovis.
How's it going, man?
Good, man. Thanks for coming down. So, unique name, Black Ovis. Tell me about it.
Yeah, so Black Ovis, our whole philosophy in naming is not necessarily to come up with something that's literal. You know, if we had like hunting website or hunting deals, or you know, you'd have this preconceived like idea of what you want to come up, you know, what you expect when you come to the site. You probably wouldn't really remember it either. So we came up with Black Ovis as, it's kind of, Ovis is obviously the genus name for sheep. Sheep hunting is, you know, not my world, but kind of known as the pinnacle of North American hunting, kind of one of the hardest hunting. And you know, so we kind of played off the moniker. We're a little bit different. Want to be the black sheep, I guess, a little bit. But Black Ovis is just a unique name we conjured up for, you know, like our mantra is solid hunting gear.
Yep, I see that on your ad.
That's the whole premise for the website.
Okay, gotcha.
For the type of gear that we're going to be carrying.
So what about Camofire?
Again, Camofire was just it was. I mean, I wish I could share notes with people and all the different ideas we came up with. And again, we wanted to come up with a name that was different, that didn't mean anything to anybody. But Mark Strickland is my business partner, and we've been longtime friends. We came up with the idea to do Camofire about 6.5, 7 years ago, and threw around some ideas for names and came up with Camofire, and it kind of stuck. We liked it.
Gotcha. So what came first, Camofire or Black Ovis?
Camofire. When we started Camofire, the whole idea was just to do a website offering, you know, one deal per day for that was geared towards hunters, and we knew in the back of our minds that Black Ovis would eventually come around. We knew the manufacturers and the brands that we work with, you know, they were willing to sell, you know, discounted stuff to us for Camofire. We knew that eventually they would want us to offer their kind of this year's model and the latest and greatest deal or gear. So we looked at doing Black Ovis earlier in kind of in its, you know, in our experience of business, but it didn't come around until about 1.5 years ago. We finally launched Black Ovis, and we've been telling people, and it's kind of, you know, I mean, you know, when you tell people about an idea, and then all of a sudden they're expecting you to do it next week, and we kind of told some people, and they were like, hey, when's Black Ovis coming? And we finally, you know, got around to building and launching Black Ovis. We did a little side project in there that we can talk about a little bit. But
all right, tell me this: what's the difference between Black Ovis and Camofire? Somebody on Rock Slide sees your ads on there. If they're not familiar with your business model and your business plan, what can they expect that's different from each of them?
Yeah, totally. First off, pricing. Black Ovis is really geared towards this year's product, and a lot of that pricing is dictated by, you know, brands like Sitka and First Light and Under Armour and Kenetrek and all the other brands that we carry. Pricing is dictated really by them. On Camofire, you know, we make whatever price we want, and our goal on Camofire is to be the least expensive, the best price on that particular item for that particular day. And you know, we always try to be 40, 50, 60% off of whatever the manufacturer says the retail price is, and we have a limited quantity. So you know, on Camofire, you know, you might go on Camofire and see something and be like, oh, I saw that last week, or you might see something for the first time and be like, well, I'll buy it tomorrow. Chances are it may not be around tomorrow. And on Camofire, there's only 5 items at a given time. Where on Black Ovis, you've got a full shopping experience. You can look at all the different categories. And you know what's there. With Camofire, you don't necessarily know what's coming unless you sign up for the daily email, or you get the app on your iPhone or your Android. So they're very different as far as how they operate. You know, we're under the same, you know, company umbrella, but the two websites have, you know, a certain, you know, each individual kind of purpose and mission. So
okay, gotcha. So it sounds like if somebody is not urgent for gear, and they're just general shopping, they should sign up for your newsletter for Camofire.
Right.
And just see what deals of the day are coming up. You said there's only about 5 items?
There's only 5 items at a time. We do probably 25, 30 different items throughout the day. Some items might last like 2 hours, some might last 5 hours, some might last 30 minutes. Gotcha. So it's always changing. On the apps, you can get the alerts and things, and guys like to do that. But if you're not really in a hurry for a particular piece of gear and you're kind of looking for a deal, Camofire is really the best place to check that out. And we've offered stuff from all the various brands in the outdoor industry and the hunting industry, and we're continually adding new brands and new products, and we don't. I mean, our guys don't even know some days like what's coming, and we might not know. Guys might ask us like, "Hey, do you got any Nikon rifle scopes?" And we're like, "Right now, no, but maybe tomorrow we might get some." And it's always changing.
Interesting.
The pace of it's pretty fun for us, I think.
So it sounds like they need to sign up for the app, get involved with your newsletter,
yeah,
and just watch.
Get on the Daily Shooter email. I mean,
Daily Shooter?
Yeah, that's right. That's what we call our email, and we send it out every night at 11 p.m. And that's when we kind of reset the site and start fresh with a whole new list of items that we're going to offer. So that's the best way probably to get in on just seeing what's coming up. There's a list in the Daily Shooter that'll show you kind of what items you can kind of watch for, so you know, oh, I'm going to look kind of later in the day because it looks like XYZ items coming up. Maybe it's some boots or a tripod or some binos or some clothing or anything like that. But you never know what's coming. It's kind of the mystery of Camofire and how we keep it going, keep it active.
Where did you start? Where's your business?
Our business is located in Draper, Utah, which is just south of Salt Lake City. Okay. So we're right in between kind of Salt Lake City and like Provo.
South Salt Lake. So and that's where you started Camofire.
Yeah, we actually started in Mark's basement in a room like a 10 by 10 little bedroom. Had a computer and bought. We went to a SHOT Show and bought some product and we had a few boxes of stuff. I used about $5,000 from my tax return actually, and we had a couple credit cards that I used to build my home with, and that's how we started out, man. We just fought tooth and nail, and there were, I remember the first order that we had on Camofire. It was a friend of mine, and she called up and she was like, "Man, I was so stoked to be your first customer." She goes, "And the free shipping was great," and we were like, "Free shipping? It's not supposed to be free shipping." So we literally knew that if we tried to perfect it, we would never launch it. And Mark's son was born with a heart condition they weren't aware of, and that stalled the business out. His son ended up having a heart transplant and went through some trials, and that stalled our business almost a year. And at one point he called me up and said, "Well, we're gonna shut it down. We're not gonna get the site off the ground. I got to do something else." And he was having a lot of stress, and thank goodness for good wives. My wife, she said,
"Amen."
She said, "Get back on that phone and call him up." And she goes, "You guys have to do this business. Because even if it fails, you've got to try." And man, I'm so grateful for her.
Full story.
So she, I called him back and said, "Let's rally, man. Let's figure it out. Let's get it together. We're gonna kick ourselves if we never do this. And even if we fail, I'd rather fail and not have done it rather than not do it and wonder what could have been." And so I pinch myself sometimes, like the people we work with. So it's a cool business. We love being in business together, and like any relationship, Mark and I, we have different strengths, and we really play off that pretty well. So.
Okay, Rock Sliders, so you've got to meet Kendall Card from Black Ovis and Camofire. He put together a really good deal for you here. Tell us about it.
So we're stoked to be working with Rock Slide, and what we want to do is offer a shopping experience on Black Ovis. So one lucky Rock Slider is going to get $500 to spend on Black Ovis, which will pretty much get you just about anything in the store aside from the high-end optics, the Leica, the Zeiss, the high-end Vortex. So, but you can apply that $500 to anything you want. You can buy, 10 little things or one.
Okay, Rock Sliders, so he's ponied up a $500 gift certificate to the Black Ovis store. All you got to do to enter is go to the Black Ovis, Camofire, and Rock Slide Facebook pages, find the link to the Rock blog for this interview, like and share the pages, like and share the links, and you will be entered for the $500. Come deadline, I'll pull from that list. If you're on all 3 lists, plus you're a Rock blog subscriber, you're in for $500 in the Black Ovis store. Thanks, Kendall.
You bet.